welcome back to Stardew Valley. We're going back to our beach farm where our deluxe coop is in the process of being... Actually, no, the deluxe coop was finished. What do we have going? I think I finished that. I bought a rabbit. Well, either way, it is the end of our fall season, so we will have 4 days for this episode. So it'll be a little bit of a longer one. Beautiful sunny weather tomorrow. The spirits are very displeased today, and I am not surprised. Living off the land. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Winter's coming soon, and that means our farming operations will be coming to a halt. No crops grow in winter unless you're lucky enough to have a greenhouse, but there's still plenty to do. More next time. The only thing I can really think to do in winter is like mining. Mining and fishing. And then, of course, if you have barns and stuff, you have livestock. But there's really not much to do during the winter time. Anything in here? Not much. Let's see. Also, the dogs are not with me today, but if you hear any weird noises in the background, my mom is in my kitchen making cookies. No, I didn't ask her to. She did it out of the kindness of her heart. And actually she has, they're for a work function, but shh, she thinks I'm special. So if at any time you hear me like eating something, she gave me 2 of the cookies from the first batch. I'll take care of that wine later. Okay, let's go see our animals. And speaking of winter and animals, I need to buy heaters. Look at the little goat. Oh, it's so cute. Wait. It's like I already said hi to all the animals. Apparently not. Okay, milk pail. Doo-doo-doo. See, this is why I like the auto grabber, because there's so many animals that it's hard to remember who's been milked and who hasn't been milked, and... Oi. That should be all, because I can't milk the goat today. Okay, now we gotta go feed. Okay, there we go. So yes, I need to buy heaters, or else my animals will be very unhappy over the winter. Very nice. Yeah, I almost... My mom was sitting there, and because she's making cookies in the kitchen, and she's like, you're it's almost out of time. It's almost time to stream. I'm like, oh yeah, huh? It's okay. I'm just glad you get to see it this time. Yeah, I was talking to my stepsister on Discord, and she was like, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel, because normally she's at work while I'm doing streams, so she doesn't get a chance to see them. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, there's a whole YouTube channel with all of my old videos. Okay, so we have a blackberry wine. Did I already save one? Okay, I already did save one for the thing. The community center. Yeah, that one. Let's see. Nothing from the rabbit because it's still too little. I have 16... What do I got? What do I have going on right now? Sorry. Well, I told her, I told my mom because she asked, she's like, I have a function coming up at work and I was gonna make cookies. Can I use your kitchen? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, so long as you're okay with me doing a live stream. And she's like, okay. She's like, I got it. I mean, I guess we can do fishing. I mean, I really don't feel like fishing, but I'm gonna just take this wine Let's go grab the fishing pole. It's a bad luck day. I'm like, what am I even gonna catch? But, oh well. I think I'll go up to the mountains. Because I find that I have an easier time catching fish up in the mountains. But then again, I do need a lot of like the ocean fish and whatnot. If I can get up to level 6, I can stop using the training rod. And I can actually start using... I think I have the fiberglass rod. But I could actually look into getting the iridium fishing pole and start using bait and whatnot. Yeah, I'm like, I really don't have much to do, so I might as well do what I can. Let's see. That's Thursday. Marnie is open. Okay, so all I'm missing is a rabbit's foot, which I have a rabbit now, so hopefully we should be getting that soon. That'll come in winter. Iridium bar. She hates me. And cookies. I feel like in my first playthrough I got cookies in the mail from one of my parents. I feel like that's the case. Ooh, Abigail. Last night I dreamt that my left hand turned into a gigantic elf. Does that mean anything? That's slightly concerning, Abigail. No. What do you mean kill the rabbits? No, the lucky rabbit's foot, it's a dropped item, just like wool or like eggs. So every now and then it'll just drop one and you'll just pick it up. No, you don't kill the animals. How's the farming business going? It's corn season, isn't it? Yes, I have corn. Yeah, they just like... It's weird because in the game, it treats it almost like they like shed. Like, it's weird. It's a dropped item, so... I'm like, I don't know. Well, maybe it's specifically the fur that comes from around the feet. No, we're not gonna lose it. Every time I get greedy and try to go for a chest, it's like, oh, you're gonna lose the fish and the chest. I'm like, no! Bullhead, ooh, and an emerald. Yeah, it's, the feet are the hardest things to explain. I'm like, yeah. Like, honestly, maybe it's just the fur that comes from around the foot. Who knows? Okay, yeah, it does look like a foot. I don't know. The rabbits stay alive. On my other farm, I have 12 rabbits. And they're all still living, and I have like heaps and heaps and heaps of rabbit's feet, so I don't know. Maybe they're like brat stalls and they detach, but they like grow new ones. Maybe they're starfish. Okay, the spirits are not making very much sense, because it's supposed to be a bad luck day, and I'm getting like nothing but fish. Do. Mama! I can hear her messing with the timer. She's trying to figure it out. She can't figure out how to use my timer. Like, seriously, beep, 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 beep. Oh my gosh. I hope she figured it out. But yep, so I've actually been thinking about it. I'm off Friday, July the 2nd. So I'm actually thinking about doing a double episode that day. So instead of doing my normal 3 days, I will do 6 days. Although I didn't know if anybody would actually want to watch an episode that long, so I thought I'd kind of like toss the idea around while I was doing a live stream. But I think it would be interesting, like a 2-hour episode. I've never done one that long, but because even the 4-day episodes, those are only like an hour and 15 minutes usually, hour and 20. So, I don't remember Brad's. Yeah, no, the Brad's dolls didn't regrow the limbs. That's why I was like, maybe they're like starfish. Although if it was a starfish, you cut a leg off and it grows 2 separate starfish. Like, the leg grows another starfish, and then the starfish grows a new leg. Starfish are weird. They're kind of creepy. They also eat by opening up this hole in, like, the bottom of the starfish. It's weird. Those cookies are so good. This is the same recipe for cookies that my mom has been using since like the dawn of time. From a cookbook she found at a yard sale eons ago. And I think that's the only recipe we ever used from that cookbook. And there's red pen with markings on the side of the recipe for things that she's adjusted. And it's just one of those things that, like, brings back all the memories from when I was a kid. Oh my gosh. These are so good. Maybe it's because my mother's here that I'm actually getting really good luck. Who knows? It's entirely possible. So yeah, I'm really gonna have to amp up my fishing skill during the winter, because next year I have to catch... I'm not gonna try to go for completion, so I won't be trying to go for the legendaries, more than likely. But I will need to get like a sturgeon and an octopus, and those are things that I'm going to need to like really have good skill for. So this winter is going to be mostly fishing, fishing, and more fishing. Okay, I really haven't even caught any pieces of trash. Like, there's some green algae, but I actually need that for things. What is this? So here's a question for chat. What's your favorite type of cookie? I think my favorite, besides these chocolate chip cookies, I make pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. And I make it all by hand. Like, I cream the butter and sugar together with a spoon. And those ones are, like, really good because they're nice and soft. Oh, she's at the timer again. I can hear her. Just beeping in the background. Is it like oatmeal raisin? Because it's the only cookie I can think of. I have seen a couple, like, carrot cake cookies that have raisins in them, but that's not like a mainstream cookie, really. I like the texture of cookies that have oatmeal. There's something called, what is it? It's like Doubletree something. It's like, it's a recipe from a hotel or something like that. But there's, you grind oats and you put them in the cookies. It's a chocolate chip cookie, but it has like walnuts and oats. And I'm like, that, if I was younger, I would say that that would sound kind of gross. But like the older I get, the more I'm like, oats and cookies? That sounds delightful. I'm slowly turning into an old woman. And you know, I'm not mad at it. I can crochet quite well, actually. I enjoy sitting at home with an Afghan on my lap, and I like reading. So essentially, I already am an old lady. Okay. How sure am I that today was a bad luck day? Because this is not making any bit of sense. I have caught so many fish today. So many fish. All the fish. The only reason I don't like oatmeal cookies necessarily is... Okay, there's a couple reasons. A, most of them have cinnamon, and I'm allergic to cinnamon. B, a lot of people when they're making oatmeal cookies, they leave the oats kind of whole, and so they're very kind of like hard to get through. And I like a more soft cookie, and I don't really find soft oatmeal raisin cookies. Now, if I'm going to eat like a crunchy cookie, I like chocolate chip cookies, and I like them with milk. I'm very particular about my cookies. Like, there's just something about a soft cookie that feels just like more warm and inviting. I think that's what my brain thinks. Because there's nothing wrong with crunchy cookies, but like there's a specific type of cookie called a lace cookie, and I don't like those. They're way too crunchy. Yeah, and it's just it's not as pleasing to like crunch down on a cookie versus just kind of like bite into it gently. Cookies are... You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to actually check my crops. Oops. But yeah, I think... Because when you think about it, like when you crunch on things, it kind of sends that sound through your whole brain. It's just... It is a little jarring, so... I'm full supportive of no crunchy cookies. Peanut butter is one of those things I have to like that type of peanut butter that they use, and I also have to I like mine with chocolate because I think peanut butter and chocolate go really well together. But most times I find that I like my peanut butter more salty, and so when you put a lot of sugar into it, to me the peanut butter just doesn't taste quite right. So my favorite peanut butter is Jif, because it has more of a salty flavor to it. I totally agree. Every time I watch a cooking show or anything where they're baking something, they always say, if it's sweet, add salt, because you need a savory balance to it, and a lot of people don't add salt. Or don't add enough salt. It's going to be clear inside. Oh, Spirit's Eve. That'd be fun. Let's see. Spirits are in good humor today. But like I said, I'm a little finicky about my cookies and whatnot. My cookies, my baked goods. Notice a chill in the air. It could just be the approach of winter, or it could be the tingle of a dark specter here to help us celebrate tomorrow's festival, the Spirit's Eve. Come to town at 10 p.m. if you'd like to participate. Mayor Lewis. I will be there. Wild horses couldn't pull me away. But that's one thing that I got from my mom is I love and am very good at baking. She has a green thumb. She can grow almost anything. I cannot. I have a black thumb. Ooh, triple shot espresso. But that's one thing, like, my sister's always been better at, like, cooking, but I am really good at baking. It's my passion. And unfortunately, my passion makes me fat. So my husband, he's like, why can't we have, like, a cake or something? I'm like, because it's just the two of us. We can't eat that much cake, or we shouldn't eat that much cake. But then my brain is like, but chocolate cake is good. And I'm like, chocolate cake is good. The one thing I cannot make is pie crust. Yeah, that's... Surprise, surprise, the one thing I cannot make for the life of me, and I've tried many times, I cannot make a pie crust. And it's very distressing. What does said cookie have in it? Because if it's a mainstream type of cookie, I can probably tell you exactly what it is, because unfortunately I like to eat cookies. The one thing I can't get with pie crust is I can't get it sweet enough. Like, and I have a hard time, like, bringing it together. Mine usually kind of crumbles, and it makes me very, very unhappy. But every time I make a pie crust, it always comes out a little too... It's not, like, fluffy, and it always comes out a little dry. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, I follow the recipe, but for some odd reason, my pie crusts always come out a little wonky. And it's like the bane of my existence, because I can make mostly anything else. My favorite thing, I have a brownie recipe that can be, like, you can add so many different things to it. It lends itself very well to alteration. Might have raisins in it, like raspberry and strawberry bits. Huh, that's... For some odd reason, that kind of reminds me of the raspberry cheesecake cookies at Subway. Because I think that's the only one I've heard of that has, like, fruit in it. But I mean, it could be a completely different kind of cookie, but my mom is fighting with the timer again. I can tell she doesn't want to sit there and ask me how to do it, but I can just hear her. Huh. That does sound like a pretty good mix of things. Okay, I apologize right now. I'm gonna go help her real quick.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I can hear you going. I keep pushing the damn cancel button. Okay, no, the timer on off. You can cancel the timer. Just look. Okay. So timer. Okay, because I was clicking the thing. I think no. I think that's probably what I did with one of them. Yeah. So timer on off. I'm trying. How bad are you laughing on your video?
Oh, I'm laughing pretty hard.
Do you want another cookie for your troubles?
I still have half a cookie left. I'm good, thank you.
So, sorry about that. Yeah, I went in there and she's wearing headphones because we had been listening to music, but it was on my phone. And so I walk in there and she turns around and she goes, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "It's fine." I'm like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "I keep accidentally hitting the cancel button." Because she's trying to turn off the timer, but when you hit the cancel button, it turns off the oven. And so I'm like, no. I'm like this. And she's like, "Oh." She's like, do you know how hard this is? And I'm like, "I'm sorry." Like, you did offer to come make cookies. Like, it's not my fault. A boba shop in an old city, and it's kind of surprising. Huh. There are some things that, like, you'll remember what they taste like, and it sucks because sometimes, like, a restaurant will go out of business, or, you know, they'll discontinue the item from their shop, and I'm like, ugh. There was this pizza place in town when I was a kid, and I loved their pizza. It wasn't greasy, the crust was nice and kind of airy, it was always, like, perfectly cooked. It was the best of the best of the best. And they went out of business when I was a kid, and every now and then I will still remember the taste of that pizza, and it will make me so sad because I cannot buy it anymore. And I'm like, it's not like it was a chain, like I can go to, like, the next town over or something and go get it. No, this was a mom and pop shop, and they're gone, and the recipe's gone, and it kills me. I'm like, but it was the best. That's the absolute worst. It's the worst thing that could happen. You find something you love and then it no longer exists. Water to stay hydrated. Yeah, every now and then, like, my mom or my sister will mention it, and I'm just like, why do you want to hurt me? Like, why would you hurt me this way? You brought it up. She has a kitchen. Her house is just a little unkept, and I have more counter space, so it's just easier for her to come here and use my counter space. But yeah, she normally uses my sister's, but my sister's out of town right now, so she's like, "Can I come use your kitchen?" It's like, sure. And we have this thing called a cookie tax, so if she comes and uses my house to make cookies, she must make X amount of cookies for me and my husband. We get a claim on a certain amount of cookies. So honestly, it works in our favor. Oh yeah. So many businesses here shut down. Sam's trying to do a kickflip. Yeah, so many businesses here shut down, and, like, a lot of mom and pop shops just cease to exist now, and I'm like, but they had the best, you know, whatever it is. And I'm like, there was a bakery that they made challah bread, and I've tried to make challah, and I'm not good at it, and I absolutely adore the taste of it. It's an enriched bread, so it's nice and sweet and dense and chewy, and oh my gosh, it's the absolute best. And every now and then I would go and I would buy a couple loaves from them, and, you know, I would just sit there and, like, I would just, like, munch on it. But I think it was the second round of COVID, the closure, that they're like, we can't maintain, you know, the workers anymore. It's too much. And I was so sad. And I was like, but where am I gonna get challah bread? Because it's not like I was getting, like, white bread. It's not like, you know, I can just go to the store and just get a loaf of it. No, challah bread is hard to make. It's hard to find. And I was like, but I love my challah bread. And thank goodness, so somebody bought the bakery, renamed it, but pretty much kept most of the staff and the recipes that they were using. So they have most of the same stock. And I'm like, I can get my challah bread now. Challah bread is one of my favorite types of bread. I like challah and brioche. And brioche makes the best French toast. I will say that, because like growing up, we just used a big loaf of Texas toast bread, and it was good. I mean, you're a kid. It's like French toast. French toast is French toast. But now that I'm older and a little bit bougie, brioche is really, really good because if you use an enriched bread, it's denser, so it doesn't get soggy. Like, it soaks in a little bit, but it's boiled beaten egg again. But it doesn't get, like, super soggy in the middle. Do you like my bow? Her hair is cute. Fall's a sad time of year for me. Oh. Yeah, that's the thing, is so many like small businesses closed, and in my town a lot of the businesses were small businesses, and so to see some of them go out, like one of our favorite little cafes, they went out, and it was just literally a husband and wife, and they had their little restaurant, and we tried to go as often as we could, but then just things ended up happening and we couldn't go out as much, and like I was so sad because they were so friendly. They were just some of the nicest people. And yep, they went out of business, and it's sad because like we were all on like a first name basis, and I'm like, well, they're so friendly people. So I hope that things start to look up for them. Honestly, my mom should open a bakery with these cookies. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk with my mouth full, but dang. My mom uses milk chocolate chips in her cookies. A lot of people will go for semi-sweet, but not my mother. Hurry up, Fish, I want to talk to Caroline. It's a fine looking day. Yep. Had to say hi. Yeah, it's speaking of boba places, my mom asked me, she's like, oh, so you went to that place? I'm like, yeah. My sister took me, and we had never been there, and I'm like, I've never ordered a boba drink from, like, a place like this. Like, the big mall in the big town, like, 2 hours away from me. I've ordered boba there, but it was just, like... It was a long, long time ago, and I feel like it was kind of a different experience. And so I was staring at them, like, what kind of tea should I get? What kind of boba should I get? So I ended up getting brown sugar milk tea, which is my absolute favorite. I've actually made it a couple times at home. Ooh, I can give that to Gunther. But yeah, I've actually made brown sugar milk tea at home a couple times, and it's so delicious. So I got that with honey boba, and oh my goodness, they put a lot of boba in there. And I ended up sitting there, and I would take a big glug, and I'd hold it in my mouth, and I'd sit there and I'd chew it. And my sister was like, "That's so disgusting!" And I'm like, "There's so much in here." I'm like, I'm eating it. I'm like, gotta eat my drink. And I told my sister, because she's like, "Ew!" And I was like, "It's a drink and a snack." She was like, "That's so gross." I'm like, but facts. Hi, Clint. The weather doesn't really matter to me. I typically stay near my shop year-round. Well, Clint, you need to get out and talk to people. But yeah, I kind of grossed my sister out. I was like, it's a drink and a snack. I will say boba is not for everyone. The main thing that I've heard people say is they don't like the texture of it. And depending on like how long the boba are cooked, yeah, it can get a little funky texture, but my legs are stiff from sitting at my writing desk all morning. What about you, Leah? Do you have a kitchen in your house? Yes! I finally have a kitchen in my house! She asked me that once, and I was like, no, I don't have a kitchen. Oh, wait, Gus, give me another pint of your strongest. Pam, you're not even working right now. Another beautiful fall day. Emily's always so positive. Marnie doesn't seem to notice you there. Good evening. It's nice to see you socializing with the townsfolk. It's good to stop by once in a while and see what the latest news is. Okay, so she has nothing but eyes for him, and he's still able to just, like, shoot the breeze. I've been working hard all week. I deserve a little relaxation on a Friday night. Yes, you do, sir. Handling salty fish all day makes me really thirsty. Depressing, huh? Don't you have work to do? Shane! I want to be friends! I want to be friends! Oh, my sister and I went to a boba shop, and it's been years since I've ordered boba, and I was like, I don't know what to get. And, so I ordered a brown sugar milk tea with honey boba, and they put so much boba in there that as I was drinking it, like, I couldn't get one sip that didn't have at least, like, 3 pearls. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I kept chewing it, and my sister was like, that's so gross! Because literally, I would take, like, one big gulp, and I'd have to sit there and chew it for a while before I could swallow it. And she's like, that's nasty. And I was like, it's a drink and a snack. So, yeah, next time I go, I'll probably ask for, like, easy boba. But, yeah. I've made so, if I'm going to make brown sugar milk tea at home, I do brown sugar syrup, like, I make the syrup myself, and then I add, a little bit of vanilla, cook that down, and then I use tea and whole milk. And normally I brew my tea a little bit strong if I'm going to be making milk tea. But that's one of my absolute favorite drinks. But yeah, my mom hates the texture of boba. It is really good. Like, that's one thing. I don't necessarily love boba, but I enjoy going out and getting some every now and then. But definitely my sister gets freaked out by the fact that I, like, chew on it. Crystal boba. Is that the popping boba? Because I think some of the other drinks, they're like little, almost like little, like, caviar pearls, but they're filled with, like, a juice. And you can bite them and they, like, pop open. Because that type, my sister actually likes. So she got some, like, dragon fruit drink. You could just swallow the boba, but some of them get kind of big and it's a little hard. Fishing level 6! So we have fishing rod proficiency. I can make a spinner and a trap bobber. The trap bobbers are my favorites. Wow! The heck did I sell? Oh, okay. It was the cranberries and the eggplants that did it. And the cheese, man! Oh my gosh, the mayonnaise. I'm making so much money. Yeah, we have a frozen yogurt place, and that's one of the things that I like getting on mine. Okay, so the trap bobber, what it does, causes fish to escape slower. So if they're above the green bar, like if you're going to get a if there's a treasure chest at the top and the fish is at the bottom, it will make that little bar, the like your progress bar almost, it'll make it decrease slower. Because you know how like I'm always freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna lose the fish. It makes it escape more slowly. It's going to be clear and sunny all day. The spirits are neutral. I can deal with that. But yeah, the trap bobber is my absolute favorite. The other bobbers are... I've never really used them because I struggle with the fish like getting away when I don't get like perfectly on it. So I appreciate having a trap bobber more. Because the spinner... Come on. Why are you, like, off in no man's land? What is this? The shape makes it spin around the water slightly. Okay, so that one just increases bite rate. Normally, I'm pretty patient and I don't have to worry, like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get bite every 5 seconds. Like, I don't really care about that. But I do care about, oh my gosh, this fish has gotten away for, like, almost the 3rd time. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I've heard that agar is, like... What have I heard other things being made out of it? I know it's been a substitute for something in a recipe, and it's supposed to be more, like... almost a little bit more, like, delicate? Oh, yeah, it's a substitute for gelatin. I was like, trying to think about it. Oh my gosh, look at that! We have our golden pumpkins. Sweet. We needed those. But yeah, it's not as... It's more dense than Jell-O and like gelatin and stuff like that, but it's still... Like, it's... Boba versus gelatin. Gelatin is a lot softer, and you pretty much just, like, bite right through it. But agar has a little bit more substance. So people have said that, like, oh, if you make it with agar versus gelatin, like, the agar is going to be a little more firm. Which, honestly, for, like, a boba situation would probably actually be better. Because it's not as firm as tapioca flour, like the tapioca ball, but it's still got substance. Although, I can say I've never tried that. I've never had crystal boba. So, on the vein of, like, desserts and stuff, what is your favorite type of ice cream? Or if you even like ice cream. Because I know plenty of people who don't like ice cream. Although, personally, I actually like gelato better than I like ice cream. Although I'm quite spoiled in the fact that I've actually had gelato from Italy, like in Italy. So I'm a little bit biased. Ice cream is just one of those things. It's been getting hot and ice cream's just so yummy. Honestly, you can't go wrong. Unless you're like me and you're lactose intolerant, but you decide to eat ice cream anyway. It's not the best situation, but what am I gonna do today? I know we have the festival tonight. It's called Wild and Reckless Sherbet. It's Baskin Robbins. Green apple, blueberry, and raspberry. That actually sounds really good. Like, not gonna lie, I would probably try that. Let's see. Actually, what does it take to make a trap popper? Copper and sap. My favorite ice cream is called Malted Mooshake from Tillamook. And oh my goodness. It's a pretty standard, like, heavy, like, cream base. And it's very, very rich. But man, oh man, it actually has malt in it. And I love the flavor of malt. And it is the best. Because it tastes vaguely like the inside of a Whopper. Like, oh, so good. Oh, like, just thinking about the actual, like, candy nerds, not a fan. I don't like that. I think it goes back to, like, as a kid, like, grape-flavored cough syrup. So I don't like the taste of, like, artificial grape, and then the strawberry was, like, overwhelming. Ah, dang it. I can't go to the beach. Yeah, when I said it, I was like, why does that sound weird? Like, the Whopper. Then I was like, oh, yeah. I always forget, like, I'm like, oh yeah, the Whopper burger. Yeah, no, not what I was talking about. But yes, I could see the confusion. What are they called in Europe? I think they have Maltesers, is what they're called, and it's essentially a Whopper. It's like, I think they're a little bit smaller and a little, like, lighter. But yeah. So I guess I'm not going anywhere near the town today until the festival. Which bites, but oh well. Yeah, I don't really... Burgers are not really my thing. If I was to pick anything, I'd probably pick... I like chicken sandwiches. One of my favorite chicken sandwiches is the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's. Don't know why, but that's one of my favorites. Oh, I love chocolate. Chocolate is... If I had to pick between, like, a sour, like a gummy sort of sugary candy or chocolate, I mean, I'm chocolate all the way. When I was younger, I loved, like, the more sugary candies, but the older I get, the more it upsets my stomach. And I have hypoglycemia, so if I eat too much sugar, it will actually, like, throw my system off, and I get a really, really bad headache if I eat too much sugar. Which really sucks, because I like to indulge in sugar. But my brain's just like, no! Because it's like, if I get really low blood sugar, then I get the shakes and I feel sick. So I'll eat something sugary, but if I eat too much sugar, it'll throw me in the opposite direction. It's like, hey, by the way, you got problems now. I wonder how my cows feel about living on the beach. Okay, gummy worms are my, like, Achilles heel when it comes to sugar candies. There's something about just a good, like, regular gummy worm. It's not even gummy bears. Like, honestly, I could live without gummy bears. It's the worms. Well, when I think about the cows living on the beach, I'm like, beach sand is very, like, soft, and you kind of sink into it, so how does a cow deal with that? They would not be able to walk very easily. And also, the chickens blend in with the color of the sand. I'm just now noticing that. Like, if you look at the upper left, there's a chicken in the grass over there, and if it comes out, you'll be able to see that's pretty much the exact same color. It is an interesting texture, because, yeah, most of them have that, like, the ribbing on the top, and it's just, like, they're easy to kind of just, like, pop into your mouth and kind of just, like, even if it's, like, still sticking out, you can just, like, kind of, like, slowly hold onto it and, like, munch it. Oh my gosh, my cow just ran into me. My cow's like, hello! Silly cow. I have to go work cattle the weekend of the 4th of July, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's gonna be hot, and I'm not gonna be happy. There's something about candy that, like, when I go into, like, nice candy shops and whatnot, I'm like, I am reminded that, like, I am still a little kid sometimes, and I get excited about all the different types of candy, and I want to try them all, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm, like, 10 years old again, and then I'm like, my body's like, you can't handle that much sugar, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's where the age comes in. I'm the type of person now who scrapes my frosting off. Like, most cakes, the frosting is too much. Like, I don't like almost icing type frosting. I like whipped frosting or buttercream. I'll agree with you on the peach rings. Peach rings are delicious. Although, one candy I was surprised to find out that I liked. So, my husband and I do this thing called a Yum Box. And the Yum Box is, each month, you get a box of snacks from a different country. And we got some from, I think it was Mexico, and they are spicy mango candies. So they're like gummy mangoes, but they're spicy. And boy, oh boy, do I love those. Spicy mangoes for the win. I'm surprised we don't need a sea cucumber for anything. But yeah, those mangoes are so good. And it's funny because like spicy candies are not normally my thing, but those particular spicy mangoes are delicious. I will eat an entire bag in one sitting and then complain because I have a stomach ache because it's spicy. I'm like, it's spicy and I had too much sugar and now I feel like I'm gonna get sick. But it's worth it. Let's see, what other type of candies do I like? Did that cow finally go in? She did. My favorite just like generic, like off-the-shelf candy bar is probably... I like different ones for different reasons. I like whatchamacallits, Kit Kats, and Reese's. Probably my favorite. Reese's are my, like... I like the big cups because I like the peanut butter in Reese's because it's salty. It's salty peanut butter, which is, like, perfection. I'm kind of just, like, biding my time until the festival. But yeah. Reese's has the best peanut butter that, like, ever existed. And you can't say that because Reese's sells a brand of peanut butter, like, in jars at the store. It's not the same. It is definitely not. Let's see. But Aunt Marnie, I want to go in the maze. I'm not scared. Hi, Anastasia. Have you had a productive fall? Kind of. It's starting to get quite cold. Crops won't hold out for much longer. Rare crow. I want you. Should I buy the rare crow? I mean, I have the money. Should I? Should I not? We'll go around. We'll go around first. I'm too scared. Oh, Haley. Don't get too close to the cage. I have no idea how these skeletons are walking. Creepy. You would think this would be right up his alley. One of my iridium-infused maces would make quick work of these things. Probably. Well, winter's almost here. It's a great time to stockpile wood and stone. I haven't seen Maru in hours. I hope she's alright. She's probably lost in the maze somewhere. It's a lot of fun to cook with pumpkin. Such an interesting fruit. I don't much care for it. I only eat it in my pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. Why, hello, Anastasia. It's chilly, isn't it? It's so hard not to view Elliot as my husband. I'll come to any event with free grub. You won't see me in the haunted maze, though. Good evening, Anastasia. Have you ventured into the haunted maze yet? It's quite spooky. I have not. Mother won't let me go in the maze. Soon, children. Soon. Soon you can be scared out of your pants. Vincent's upset that I won't let him go into the haunted maze, but he's just a little boy. You know, if I was his parent, like, I wouldn't want to have to deal with it if they had nightmares. I get scared very easily. I'll leave the haunted maze to the younger people. Sorry. My mouth is full of blackberries. Do you like the jack-o'-lanterns? I carved them myself. There's jack-o'-lanterns here? I haven't even seen one. Why is there no more pumpkin ale? Because Pam probably beat you to it. Okie dokie. Are we ready for the maze? Okay, what are we... Let's... There's a jack-o'-lantern. It just goes around. I think I've already been this way. No, wait. He hasn't seen her in hours, and she's literally at the beginning of the maze. Oh, he found me. The truth is, I got too scared, so I came here to hide. Don't tell anyone. Aw, Harvey. He's being all cute. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, creepy. She's got hands sticking out of the ground. A house? The vapor from this cauldron, it's making my head spin, but I can't seem to leave. So, Penny's over there, having an interesting time. I always try to, like, see what pops up on the TV. I think it's like a monster or something. Here's Alex. There's something weird over there, but how do I get to it? You be smart like me and you know the path. Okay, so here's the jack-o'-lantern she was talking about, and an Abigail. I can't go on. Spiders. You and me both, honey. I hate spiders. These things I can walk past, though. A graveyard? That's odd. It's just a dead end up ahead. Is it? There's like... It's weird because there's actually something like right here, but you can't click on it or anything. Oh, hey, I didn't even know about that. Ooh. Peace out, Sam. Look, there's Linus and the wizard up at the very top. Aha! The golden pumpkin is mine! You received a golden pumpkin. Don't mind if I do. I'm always scared that I'm gonna get stuck in there. Gotta weave my way back around. The spicy mango candy, but it has counterpart the spicy... I don't think I've had the spicy watermelon candy. But the thing is like the spicy mangoes, they're gummy, they're not like coated or anything. And they don't have sugar on the outside, it's just like a smooth gummy. And like a lot of the times when you get like the fruit gummies, they're coated in sugar and sometimes like chili powder, and I don't care for chili powder. Rare crow, should I get a rare crow? I feel like I should. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna spend the money. Okay, well... I talked to everyone and I did everything. But like, that's the problem that I have with most Mexican candies, is the fact that it just has chili powder on it. Like, that's what makes it spicy. I'm like, no, I want, like, a spice mixed in. Okay, so you actually get an achievement. You have to collect all... No, the rare crows just have the same range. So, like, they all have the same range as this one. But, if you collect all 8 rare crows, you'll unlock the recipe for a deluxe scarecrow, which has 2 times the radius, which will cover most of a field. Like, it's... That, like, come on, they're cool. But yeah, it's mostly, it's an achievement thing. Like, look, this one's a witch. And this one is, that's actually an Easter egg from Howl's Moving Castle, I think? I think is what they said. But yeah. But to actually get the completionist, to get 100% completion, you have to have you have to make one of every item, and you would have to get a deluxe scarecrow. Has that moon always been there, or am I going crazy? Like, I feel like the full moon's not always in that corner. But I guess we'll figure it out. Holy cow, I got a lot of money. I have not had that candy. That does sound interesting, though. You'll have to, like, put it on the Discord or something so I can check it out after I'm done. So it's gonna be beautiful and sunny tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check, like, we'll look tonight and see if it's up there. Spirits are somewhat annoyed. We are not surprised. Let's see. Come by the shop and check out the new rods I'm selling. They're the best money can buy, and you can customize them with different kinds of tackle. Yes! So that's what I was looking for. Okay, I'm not gonna water the corn today because it's just gonna die tomorrow, so... I'm almost regretting my decision to get the bats. Ooh, wow, retaining soil. Okay. Our last harvest of the year is just some cranberries. But that's okay. And we can water the cat. Okie dokie. What is your favorite aspect of Stardew? Like, favorite thing to do? Favorite, like... Do you like fishing? Do you like mining? Pick your poison. What's your favorite? I am making so much money off of cheese and whatnot. Ooh, we have a large goat milk. So goats beat rabbits on how fast we got the special item. So I can go finish that bundle. And I can go donate the pumpkins. I forgot. Okay. So yeah, we can finally put our large goat milk into the community center. I think my favorite aspect of Stardew is probably the animals. I will agree. The management aspect is actually really fun, and it kind of makes it easier to... Like, I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, that's what makes the game fun to them, or, like, relaxing, is the fact that you... Oh, I forgot they don't eat on festival days. But it's so, like, methodical, and you just kind of go about it, and you just... You know, I wake up, check the crops, feed the animals. Yeah, farming is definitely one of the more fun things. But there's so many good things about this game, I could just go on and on and on. Okay, let's see. I really, really, really wish that we had been able to get the blueberries. Makes me sad. Okay, I'm gonna take these to the community center. Fishing is fun, But my problem is like, I get frustrated with it because it's like, oh, dang it, like that fish got away. You know, why did it get away? But when you're in the lower levels, it's really hard. But once you get like the higher levels and then you can get the stuff that you can add on, it gets a lot easier. Behold, I have completed the animal bundle. What'd I get? What'd I get? A cheese press. That's actually handy. I needed one of those. So look, if I had just gotten 2 more of those. I think I also needed like 2 more of those. I could have had a greenhouse for the winter. But no. What types of fish do I need? Because I seem to not be getting any of them. Ocean fish. Tuna and tilapia. We need... How have I still not caught a largemouth bass? And a sturgeon. I can understand why I haven't caught a sturgeon. A walleye and an eel. Eel is, I think, the ocean. Catfish and tiger trout. Well, now that we donated those, I can go put my cheese press into the barn. And actually, I kind of want to get a deluxe barn. How much is that? 25,000 gold, 550 wood, 300 stone. Do I have the resources? This is the question of questions. Let's see. Nowhere near the amount of wood I need. Hi, cow. Let's see. Okay, actually, I think I'm gonna go chop some wood. And the traveling merchant should be here, so I can go check what she's got. We're finally going to be able to answer the question of how the snow is going to work on this farm. I've had this burning question for so long. We'll finally figure it out. Hi, Jess. Shane's gone a lot and Aunt Marnie is busy all the time, so I have to invent my own games. She's so cute. Cauliflower, pufferfish, wine, a duck feather, parsnip soup, crystal fruit, sandfish. A rare crow, you say? I could buy a rare crow. But she does sell those fairly regularly, so I'm not exactly gonna jump on that. Eventually, if I have more people, like, watching and kind of interested, I might actually do a Q&A sometime. That might actually be fun. Although, what questions anybody could have for me, I have absolutely no idea, but eventually I kind of want to get a gaming laptop and try to do streaming of, like, The Sims. I feel like that would be interesting. Because I have all of the original Sims, all of The Sims 2, most of The Sims 3, and Sims 4 is where I kind of, like, let it... I stopped buying the packs just because I didn't overly care for The Sims 4. Yeah, I could... Like, I'm trying to think of how I would do a Q&A video, but honestly, I don't have really a community right now. Like, I don't have very many viewers. I only have like 5 followers on Twitch. So it's like, I really don't have much of a community. It's hard to have fun on a Sunday. I keep thinking about having to go to work tomorrow. Oh, Sam. Are you doing your best on the farm, Anastasia? You'll have to accomplish things in many areas if you want to become a well-rounded citizen. Yes, like everyone else in the town is a well-rounded citizen, because apparently I'm the only one that works. Sore subject, Lewis. But yeah, I think I'll probably actually have to wait until I have more people. And I was talking with my mom, she's like, oh, like, how many followers do you have? And I was like, I have 6. At the time, I had 6, but somebody left. So it's like, I don't know how to get more. I mean, aside from, like, possibly streaming different games. And I've been really thinking about it. Thinking about streaming different games. But it's like, I don't necessarily want to restart on certain games unless I was like sure that people would watch. Like Fallout. I did start a second Fallout character, but like I'm already a level 16. So it's like I wouldn't want to go all the way back to the beginning and restart. Because I've already restarted and it was already hard enough. So it's like, okay, I'd be coming into like an older save file. And then I don't overly love playing on a new save file because it's hard. Because I don't have the same level ups and stuff. And it's not like on here where, oh, it takes me forever to chop something down with an axe. No, it's, oh, look, I died again because I didn't have a high enough weapon. So it's like, it's kind of hard for me to decide what I want to do and how I would want to move to a different game. Like Minecraft, it's easy to start a new one. Like, doesn't take too much. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit annoying, but like something like Fallout where you're dedicated to a story and a character and a lot of work and effort goes into it. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to restart again. But then people would come in at random times and be like, oh, like, what's going on? Because my Fallout fanfic is based on my first run-through of the game. And so it has descriptions of, like, certain settlements, how I've built them up. I would want to show that to people. Because, you know, I had so much fun playing Fallout, and I still... How many years later? Like 4 years later, I still have that same save file, and I've made it into something like huge. Honestly, my game lags so much now because I have too much stuff on that like in my settlements. I've built it up so far that it has a hard time, you know, running now. So it's hard to decide what I want to do and how I want to do things. But, I mean, I'll figure it out eventually. But for now, I'm just kind of hoping that I get more people, more viewers with my Stardew videos. There's a lot of thought that goes into all this stuff. And then, like, I've been trying to revamp my YouTube channel, so it's like, okay, I'm trying to work on doing thumbnails and learning how to do that and trying to learn how to, you know, I made those logos. I did a logo for my Twitch and I did a logo for my YouTube, and I'm like, well, maybe it's because my channel doesn't really look, you know, professional. So I'm like trying to switch that up a little bit. So I'm trying to be the best I can with what I have. And honestly, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I'm working at it. I forgot to go down to Willie's shop and check out the new fishing poles, which I kind of need. And we'll go tomorrow. Because without the crops, I have nothing to do in winter. And I also need to go cut down all this grass. Because the scythe doesn't use any energy. When in doubt, if there's nothing more that you can use the scythe. If you're out of energy, just go cut down a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I do not anticipate ever being able to make a career out of streaming. I'm never going to be that good, but I want a hobby that I can enjoy, and that's, you know, it's, most of this stuff is, like, free to do. You can freely stream, upload to YouTube, whatnot, so it's like, it's a hobby that doesn't cost me a ton of money. Yeah, being small, and especially, like, me, I only stream one game, so it's like, okay, my audience is so narrow. I only have people who view, you know, Stardew videos, and it's like, okay, I'm not necessarily, like, an informational playthrough, it's just more for fun. I do try to throw in as many tips and tricks as I can, but you know, I don't have an edge. Okay, I think both silos are full now. But it's like I don't have an edge in the streaming world, so it is what it is. We'll figure it out along the way. But I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Because I don't know how long I'm going to stream. Hopefully for a long time, but you know, just enjoy it while I can. And since I have nothing really to do and I'm out of energy, we're gonna go to bed. The end of fall. Wow, and we made a good amount of money. Honestly, that cheese and the mayonnaise is really, really nice. Day 1 of winter. It's hard to believe almost an entire year has already... all we have is winter left. Man. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for talking to me. I hope that it was okay for you. I've been trying to upload more on Discord, and like I said, I've been working on revamping the YouTube page, so hopefully maybe you can go look over there, see, maybe you can make some recommendations for me about something I could change to make it a little bit better. But thank you, have a great day, have a great weekend. I will be back on Monday for a regularly scheduled episode, and if I decide to do one over the weekend, I will post that on the Discord, and I've been trying to put it in the chat section on Twitch. But like I said, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys later.